Hey YouTubers, Paul Apollonia here, top rated power seller on eBay and a few other avenues. I want to quickly do a video on what I sold from May 31st, 2018 to June 12th, 2018. A little delayed. I'm trying my best to get these things to you every week. Upfront and honest, I've had some major internet issues at home. Had a lightning strike the other night, and I think it wiped out the cable modem, which I bought a new one, and I'm waiting for them to come over and look at something, so it's obviously out of my control. They should be here tomorrow. Okay, so let's get started here. I'm going to give you what I've sold. Basically, a mishmash of different stuff. I specialize, my niche is small engine parts and power equipment parts. Lawnmowers, edgers, trimmers, whatever people use, I got my hands on. Anything small engine wise. Don't do a whole lot of riding mower parts, but and I do a lot of consignment for people too. All right, so let's get started. Here we have a Honda gas tank, off of a Honda Harmony mower, they call them. It goes by different names. They're on Craftsman mowers and a bunch of other. MTE has them. Troy-Bilt has Honda motors on them now. So this gas tank usually is a quick sell. You don't get a whole lot of money for them because they're about $25 new. So I got $14.99, $11.99 shipping. Did okay with this. Notice I take pictures of all the angles. There is, make sure that they know what's going on. Again, I've said this before in past videos. Some of these videos are going to be redundant. Hopefully, you'll just hear traffic in the background, maybe a few birds serenading us, but that should be it. It shouldn't be nearly as loud as it was in the past. I should have a picture of the inside of the gas tank on this one. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened there. I usually have one, but I used to take a picture of the inside of the gas tank. The only time I probably use the flash is when I'm doing that, so they can see the inside of the gas tank is clean. Okay, let's go to the next item. You'll have to excuse the delay in the camera here. I have no idea why it's doing that. Another small engine part. These, I can't believe how many I've sold already. This is probably my fourth or fifth, maybe even my sixth one I've sold already. Didn't think I'd sell any of them. I was just parting these things out just for the ignition coils, and sell these quite often. Off of a standard Troy-Bilt older trimmer. These things are probably 8 years old. You gotta know what you're doing to get this thing on and off. So people obviously know what they're doing. Probably look at YouTube and stuff and getting tips on how to do it. But sell quite a few of these. $15.99 plus $7.99. This fits perfectly into one of those small 7x7x8 USPS boxes. You can get them at the post office or right on the shelf. I don't even use any packing material. It fits right in there. I put it in there, and I can usually get this out for way less than $7.99. I shipped one actually to Hawaii the other day. Not this one. I think it's later on in this video. And I think it cost me $8.20 or something or whatever. It doesn't matter. I got the part for free. You know, it's fine. I usually make money on shipping. A few times I lose a little bit of money, but it all comes out in the end. I know I really should work on doing a calculated shipping, but this just works out good for me right now. So that sold quickly. The customer left me feedback. They're happy. Let's go to the next item. A very old chainsaw recoil pull start. Very, very old. Probably well over 15 years old. Somebody gave me two of these chainsaws. I just sold the two recoils. I probably should have sold the whole chainsaw as parts, not running, but I figured I just saw the recoils. I need to park them out still. Didn't make a ton of money on them. Cost me about $2.25 to ship this thing out. Guy's happy. Obviously, I take the front, the back, And here's a picture. What I always do, always pull the cord out and show the cord is in good shape, so they know they're getting a good cord. Another outdoor equipment part, a trimmer head. They call this a gear head. Off the bottom of a trimmer. I don't even know what trimmer this was off of, but it fits so many trimmers. It's a standard head. It's a straight shaft head. You'll see a lot of trimmers that have the bent shaft. That's for easy use. And the straight shaft. Straight shaft trimmers last a lot longer. The bent shaft ones do not last as long. I guess it's a strain on the shaft and the motor, but they've been known not to last as long as the straight shaft ones do. This one did pretty good. Again, got it for nothing. Made probably $15 on this. This fit into two of those. I got one of those small 7 by 8 USPS boxes, telescoped them together, put another one on top of that, pushed it down, and this squeezed right in there. I think I used a minimal packing material because it was nice and snug. And if this can't survive getting shipped, I doubt it would break, because it goes through total abuse when people are using it. People are dropping these things and everything. Notice I took all angles. I really get a little carried away with pictures, but I'd rather get carried away than this is this thing that the cord hits and breaks on. I make sure people can see that it is in good shape, not cracked or worn out or anything. So let's go on to the next item. Boy, these things sell for a lot more than this. I can easily get $25, $24 for this item, plus shipping. I have no idea why people pay this much money for these things. This is off of an old Toro not a personal pace, a recycler, lawnmower. It's a Kumsa Lawson motor. They don't even make these engines anymore. Old, probably 2008, 2009 mower. All you do is you take these 3 screws out. The bolts are embedded in the plastic there. They're down. You have to use a deep dish socket to get them out. Sometimes there's a lot of grass stuck in there. You can use a screwdriver, tip the mower over a little bit, get the grass out. But the problem with this one is that, notice I have please read. In good condition, use shape. The label is damaged. Refer to photo number, and it's even down here. See, I make it a little crazy with the specifications. I make sure I put all specifications in of what I know, the model number of the mower, anything off the engine. I spend a lot of time on listings sometimes, even though it's for a low-end listing. I just want to make sure that the buyers are happy and you know what they're getting. Here it is here. Refer to photo number 8. So let's look at photo number 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Those aren't for chairs. No, definitely not.
There it is. Look at that. I was so mad. Hey, I got this lawnmower for nothing. Sold the bag. Sold a few other parts off of it. So it wasn't a total loss, but still, I was so upset when I saw this torn like this. But the guy got it. He was happy. He was in California. He got it quickly, even though I say economy shipping. I normally send my stuff out priority. 90% of my stuff is sent out priority mail or FedEx. Let's go to the next item. These things. I got these free. A guy was giving away a box of these. It has a organ repair shop in Raleigh on Craigslist. I saw these about 6 months ago. Got a whole box of them for nothing. Probably got 40 manuals. This is you'll see another one of these coming up in a few more listings. I think this is my 8th or 9th one I've sold. I average about $13. A piece on these profit, so I'm happy. I still got a bunch more. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're not selling real well, but they take a while to sell. Hey, it's a quick sale. I ship it out media mail, almost nothing. People have been happy getting these things. It's amazing what is still out there. This organ is probably from the 70s. And I don't go crazy with the pictures on this stuff. It's got schematics, but people are happy with what they're getting. And here we go again with these shrouds. I've showed these before in other videos. Seems like I'm selling a lot of these this year. In years past, I couldn't sell any of them. But hey, it's a quick sale. It goes out first class mail. These things go out at about 14 ounces. All you do is I just take this screw out, Phillips screw, lift it off, clean it up, put a little bit of vinyl protectant on it, and they look like new. I make sure I get a close-up. I put as much information as I can, basically what I see here, up in the title. Put some stuff in the specifics, whatever I can find, and I've been selling quite a few of these. Don't make a lot of money off of these things, probably make $11, $12, but it's an easy ship, easy sale. I'll take it. Most of my items I am selling now are probably, I make between $15 and $20. There are some gems out there I find, make $100, $200 on. They are far and few between. These small items are my bread and butter. I get these items for almost nothing most of the time, so I don't have a problem selling small, lower cost items. This is a item off of a Dyson vacuum cleaner. Somebody gave me 2 of these. Actually, they both ran. I didn't realize they were just clogged up. I probably could have sold both of them on Craigslist for about $75 a piece, $100 a piece, but I parted them out before I checked the hoses that were clogged, but it's okay. So make sure you check the hoses that are clogged first if you want to sell them whole. It's okay. I parted them out. I probably made over $100 on each of these vacuum cleaners. This is some kind of tube that goes from the front of the vacuum cleaner to the bag. Low end sale, goes up first class. Quick, it was gone. Customer's happy. So it's... Here's another one of these darn organ manuals. Yes, another one, freebie. Craigslist, I just told you 2 listings ago. Again, I probably made $12 off of this, maybe 13, I forget. So that was good. Quick sale. They're just sitting in the box in my back room, not taking up much room. This is a coil off of a... What was this off of? This was off of a 4-cycle Ryobi trimmer, piece of junk trimmer. I used to do small engine repair back a couple of years ago. I stopped doing that because just the money wasn't in it. I thought there was money in it, but there really wasn't once I looked at my books. So now I just part things out, and there's money in parts, people. Had this part sitting around for a while, forgot about it, listed a couple of weeks ago, and it sold. Not a big earner, like I said. I probably made about $11. Right off into one of those eBay envelopes. I wrap it in a little bubble wrap, throw it in one of those plastic eBay envelopes you can get if you're a store owner. You get, basic stores get $25 free shipping supplies every quarter, I think it is. You'll have to look it up. I forget the exact time period it is. But I just get the plastic envelopes every time. They're 14 by 11, 14 by 11, 14 by 12, I forget. But they're perfect for me, for my parts. I just throw all my first class stuff in there, little bubble wrap, throw them in there, and they're gone. I don't have to mess with boxes or anything like that with this small stuff. I took all sorts of pictures. Notice, I'm going to show you some pictures. I always take a close-up of the model, part number of the item. I try and get a picture of the trimmer cover, what it was, so people know. I always try and get a picture of the engine type and everything, and I do my best to put all that in the specifications. Google loves specifications here, item specifics, I'm sorry, not specifications. So I try and put all those in. I keep my descriptions brief, as you can see, because people are looking at stuff on their smartphone. They don't have time to read big, long paragraphs of stuff. And besides, people don't want to read anymore. Another small engine part. This is a part of a generator that I had for years in the garage. I repaired it once for an old gentleman. He actually used it for his oxygen tank. for some reason if the power went out. It's a huge generator. I forget what it was, a 2600 watt something, 220. It was a huge generator. We agreed on me selling it. I never sold it. I could never get in touch with the guy. I tried and tried and tried. So I just parted it out. I ended up selling the gas tank a couple of months ago for $45 in my pocket. I sold something else off of it. I forget. Basically, what's only left now is the engine and the generator part, whatever they call that. And I can still part stuff off of there. This is the recoil off the engine. The same gentleman bought both of these parts. I'm going to flip to the other part. But before I do that, let me show you. Again, with these recoils, I always show a picture of this, the underside, and a close-up. And as this close-up is done, I'm pulling the cord a little bit so these, what they call dogs again, yeah, I don't know why they call them dogs, stick out so people know that they're functioning. Because a lot of these pull cords, recoils don't work. I want to make sure people know that they're working. I also have pulled the cord out a little bit. The cord's brand new. I mean, this thing was stored inside. It was pristine. There was no rust in the tank, no rust anywhere. I also take a picture of the engine tag with all the specifications on it so people know what it is. And he bought this. So I made good money on this. Probably made, well, I'll show you what he bought. He also bought this too. This is a power panel. He got all these two items last week sometime. So I was able to ship him both of these things for, the shipping didn't even come to $24. So I made really good money on this. Probably made $75 on both of these items. So like I said, every once in a while I make I make good money off of things. But here, notice the pictures. I'm really picky on my pictures. I try and think of the buyer as a buyer when I'm taking these pictures. I try and do close-ups. I show whatever numbers. I have no idea what number that means. I couldn't tell you what it was, what it is, some kind of part number. But, you know, I try and give them as much information as I can. Let's go to the next item I sold. Okay, here's an item here that I'll be honest and open with you. I totally screwed up on. Low cost item. That I didn't really screw up on. Where I screwed up was I sold it and I could not find it in my organized inventory system. In my sometimes disorganized inventory system. So what happened was I couldn't find it. And my 24-hour period was approaching. I messaged the guy immediately when I couldn't find it, saying, I can't find this. Just give me a couple more hours. Let me look. I couldn't find it. I waited till the next morning. I found some other edger blades, not this, but I found two other brand new ones. Not thinking, I shipped them one of those. Now, I didn't know this is a special edger blade. This has a special edge on it. Something about this is very, very special. I don't know. I thought an edger blade was an edger blade. So the guy gets the other edger blade that he did not order, but I figured it's the same exact size. The hole is a 1/2 inch. Everything is the same except for this edge here. So some kind of fancy edge on it. I'm trying to see if we can get a close-up of it. There you go. There's that edge on it. The one I sent him did not have an edge on it. I figured the edge is spinning fast enough as it is. It really doesn't need an edge, but I guess people want the edge. That's why he bought this item. I should have said to him, I can send you another one. I'm not sure if it's the same one when I messaged him the first time, but I did not. I just assumed that the edger blades were edger blades. You know what happens when you assume. So the guy messaged me back. He goes, hey, look, this isn't the right item. I didn't order this item. I want the correct item. If you don't have that, give me a full refund, including shipping. So, as I went back in the garage again, just looking around, and guess what I found? I found the edger blade. It was in a box. It was sitting right next to the box where I couldn't see it. So I quickly emailed him back. I said, look, I found it. So I sent it to him using PayPal. There's an option. If you Google shipping USPS via PayPal, You'll find a link out there, and you can send items via PayPal through the post office. So that's what I did. I sent it to him. I gave him a tracking number. He should have gotten it today, I think. I'm not sure, but I will check that. So always send out the right item. That was just a real mistake on my part. Hey, we all make mistakes. I'm open. I'm honest. I'm not perfect. Here we have an old Briggs & Stratton gas tank off of actually a mower I owned back in 1982. When I was a lot younger, obviously. So we got this carburetor gas tank combination. Let me show you some of the pictures I've taken. This sat in my store for a while, probably about a year, but it's gone. It fit right into a padded flat rate envelope, which went out for about $6.70, whatever it is. Some bubble wrap around it. And it went right in a padded flat rate envelope. He got it. He was thrilled. Pictures of the carburetor. Now here, I should have used the flash so you could see inside the carburetor, but I want to show you again the gas tank. Oh, I didn't take a picture of the inside of the gas. I didn't take a picture of the with the flash on. Oops. Sorry. Well, that would be the inside of the gas tank. You see there's a little bit of damage in there. I'm pretty sure I said that in the looks good. Inside of the tank looks good. Looks to be good with wear. Okay, I guess I should have described that a little bit more, but he seemed happy with it. I tried my best to get all the part numbers off of Google. First, what I do when I have a mysterious gas tank like this or any kind of part, first I search on eBay. Look at currently for sale items, then look at sold and try and find the item that this is. If I can't find it there, then I do Google images, trying to find the item there to get some information to put in here. Let me speed this up a little bit. We got a lot more items to go here. This is a gas tank to a Craftsman, obviously, an old Craftsman mower. Sold this thing within 2 days. I listed it. Made about probably $15, $14 on this thing. I forget. But it was a quick ship. Put it in a regular priority box, some bubble wrap, and it went out for pretty cheap. I think I have a picture of the inside of the tank on this one. I'm not sure. Yes, there it is. I didn't even use a flash. I used the sun to shine in there and show that it's clean. I think it's important to show the inside of the gas tank. I don't see too many people doing that, but I want to make sure if I'm buying a gas tank that the inside is clean and there's not no rust or any kind of dirt. It's a plastic tank. It's not going to have any rust, but I want to make sure people know that it's clean. I've never had a gas tank returned on me for any reason. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Here's a low-end item, low profit item. I get these trimmers for nothing. This is off of the same type trimmer I showed you before that Troy built, the recoil that I sold. The red recoil back a couple listings. Probably made $5.50 on this. Not much, but first class. Put it in eBay, plastic envelope, a little bit of bubble wrap if you want. You don't have to because these things are pretty strong on its own. If this thing gets destroyed by anything, like I said, people are dropping trimmers and everything. If this gets destroyed, I'd be surprised. Went out, I think it was 7 ounces, so it was pretty cheap to ship. And that was it. So it was a quick sale. Here's a cool item. I am a ham radio operator, amateur radio operator, not very active. Do a lot of listening, call sign N3GCA. And years ago, back in the 80s, I was collecting QST magazines because I was going to read every one of these magazines. Oh, yeah, you know how that is. Little traffic noise there for you for entertainment. So I got these magazines from 1960. I probably got them for nothing. Back then, people were just giving these things away. Had them in the attic. They got a little bit of water damage from a roof leak we had, but still, they weren't bad. I did my best with photos of what we had, showing the damage. This, point here is it's amazing what people will buy, but it's really cool. A lot of cool, neat old articles, a lot of schematics in there guys use for what they call home brews, guys building their own rigs. A lot of QRP articles, low power transmitting articles. So I was real honest in the listing. These magazines were 50 years old. They're in acceptable condition. There's wear on the bindings, edges, and covers. And I was pretty good. I tried my best to put as much information as I can here. I did pretty good. Sent it out media mail. I think it cost me $4 media mail. So I did pretty good. Made about $15 on this. Went right into a regular box. No big deal. But so I just interesting. So we got. Here's another small engine part off of the same type trimmer I showed you before. The handle and the recoil that I sold, the red recoil. Here's another example of an item. I'll be honest with you. It was listed for a while. And I probably sold it, and I probably had multiples of these. But I found another one, an exact match, an exact fit, but it was a little different. I messaged the guy, said, look, I found another one. It'll fit, I promise. And I sent it out, and he was happy with it. Again, with these items, if I can get all this information, here's the cover of what it is, the model number. I even take a picture of the serial number so people have that. So there you go. Didn't make a whole lot of money on this. Probably made $6, quick ship, first class, in that plastic eBay envelope, little packing material. Boop, it's gone. History. Excuse the noise in the background. Always people talking when I'm trying to do these videos. Lawnmower bag, just got a feedback today from this. Guy wanted it. I listed it. I think I sold it within 2 hours. Asked a few questions. I love questions on these bags because I don't take returns. Well, I take returns when I'm very clear where I'm not responsible for the part not fitting. Not responsible for part not fitting. So I make sure I take very good pictures of the bag. This bag was perfect. This lawnmower was given to me actually by a neighbor. Sorry, I almost saw an accident there. By a neighbor. So we got pictures here. Neighbor called me up and said, hey, I see a lawnmower in the street. I'm going to grab it for you and bring it to your house. So, well, that works for me. So he brought it to my house. I wasn't even home. It came home and there it was on my driveway. So I got them over for free. Try and be really good with the pictures. In the past, I always show the back of the bag. I get close-ups of the corners, but the corners were in perfect shape. This bag probably was rarely ever used. I always take a picture of the underneath. A lot of times there's slits underneath. There was nothing there. Very important here. What I do here is I take measurements of the opening of the bag. That way and that way. And then I show the hooks on the side. See the hook on the side there? Hook, I don't know what that thing is doing it away with the measurement. And then I show the tag from the lawnmower so they know what model number it is. And I give as much information as I can down here in the specifics so people know. It fits over 40 models of mowers. I can't list all these models. But the guy bought it. He was thrilled. Just sent me feedback today, so that was great. I think he gave me a best. I think we went back and forth. And did he give me an offer through messaging, through eBay messaging? When you're messaging, you can. There's an option to make an offer or reply with an offer. And I forget what happened. Did he make me an offer on this one? I can't remember. So, but I did okay. I think I made like $25 on this on a free mower. So not bad. I've talked about these fan blade arms before. This is another one I sold. I think this is the 11th. The 11th one I've sold so far off of 2 fans that somebody gave me years ago that I actually found in the attic. Parted them out. I sold the blades a while ago to each of them for not much, $15 I think. They were a little beat up. And I've been selling these arms probably about 2 a week. So this is a little redundant for you people that have watched these videos before. Here I show all angles. I show the model number. I take really good measurements. I make sure the measurements are as accurate as I can be. What I've seen before, I'll say it again. I know this is redundant for people that have seen my videos before, and I'm sorry. More measurements. What I've seen people do in other listings with these fan arms, which is a great idea, and I've done it once before, is they've actually taken it upside down, get a piece of graphing paper, a trace all around the arm on here, and then on the graphing paper, take the ruler, say, okay, from here to here, out of 3 inches, let's say, this is 7 inches, here's 2 inches, 4 inches, and then they have the graph paper there, so you'll see the outline with all the measurements. That's a great idea. That's what I really should have done, but this seemed to work for me just fine. Here's a recoil to a Honda mower again. I sell these quite often. They're not a real high sale. Obviously, 13 something. I think I make $14, $15 off of this, maybe $13. Again, first class. Throw it in that eBay plastic envelope. Throw a wrapping bubble wrap around it. Boom, and it's gone. I think it weighs in at 12 ounces or something. Okay. Just sold this Saturday. It has been in my store for probably a year and a half. Someone gave me a John Deere mower. I forget what it was, a 64 push mower. I forget. I sold the rear transmission for $75. I sold something off the engine for something. The wheels on these things go for insane amount of money. I think I sold the rear wheels for $40 and the front wheels for $30. Bunch of the handles, some cable I sold, some controller. I can't remember all I sold. I probably made over $350 off of this mower. Just sold this Saturday. Went into what I did here again with those 7x7x8 square boxes from the post office. I telescoped a bunch of them together. I think I telescoped 3 of them together. Slid that thing right in there. A little bit of packing paper went right out. And I think it was going to Pennsylvania. I think it cost me $6, $6.50. So I made some money on shipping too. Love making money off of mowers. Love parting out things. Consignment item, yes, low-end consignment item. I don't care. I made money. I sold this thing within 5 minutes. Going through all these video games and video game controllers. A friend of mine gave me sort of to consign, I think, whatever. Sometimes people just give me stuff. My son goes, "Ooh, Zelda, you'll get good money for that." So I looked up there. I looked on eBay. They were going for about $22 plus shipping. I listed it. By the time I looked on my phone to check the listing, it was sold. So went again to a plastic eBay envelope, little bubble wrap. Actually, I wrapped this in plastic first, like a saran wrap type thing, and then put it around bubble wrap and then put it in the envelope. So it was gone, first class. Made about $22 off of this in about 5 minutes. And here's one of these recoil things again. I was telling you, another Troy-built recoil. This one has no label, but I was able to pull some information off of it. There's a part number down in here, and I actually sold another one just like this. So I knew what model number it fits, so I looked up the model number on Google. I think Parts Tree and replacement parts has breakdowns. I looked it up, made sure it was one of these, and I was correct. And it's sold. And again, this fits into a 7x7x8 post office box, priority box, no packing material, no nothing. Goes right in here. This went to Honolulu, Hawaii. Went out the other day. Got 3 more items left. Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer than I thought. Same consignment bunch. I listed this Saturday, sold it yesterday. These guitars go for decent money. The guy told me everything worked. So I'm assuming everything works. It's all I can do. I don't have any way of testing this stuff. If it doesn't work, I'll deal with that if it doesn't work. But took him at his word. He's a friend of mine. Known him for years. So I think people are honest. I really haven't been screwed over with consignment, with people saying it works and it doesn't work. I was really clear. I looked on other listings, sort of copied a lot of this stuff, made sure that, some scratches from wear and use, not responsible part not fitting. I mean, it's a USB jack. I did my best with photos. So there's the model number of the guitar. A Guitar Hero guitar. So I was happy with that sale. So I get 50-50 split on the consignment items. So that's half of that's what, $28.90 something. So I'll take $28. I fit into a nice long box I had that I found in the trash. I always dumpster grab boxes when I see them. I don't dumpster dive. I'm too old to jump into dumpsters anymore. Get all my packing material from dumpsters too. Oops, wrong key. Sold this last night. Husqvarna handle. It's a universal handle for a trimmer. Didn't make much. Probably made $5.56 maybe after shipping and everything. First class again. eBay envelope. Little packing bubble wrap that I get for nothing. Sometimes I'll even use brown paper that I get for nothing. All this stuff is ready available. Just keep your eyes out for dumpsters behind furniture stores, auto body shops, department stores, whatever is legal for you to take out a dumpster. It says do not mess around dumpsters. Don't mess with it. I know some people do but I don't. I like not being in jail. So again, here we go. Both sides I took, and I even took a picture of the tag of the engine. I mean, these are universal. This is a 1/2 inch, I think, or 1 inch. This will fit any string trimmer. But this is off that same lawnmower I just told you about with the bag. The guy, the neighbor brought down to my house. He found it in the street. So I sold the bag for $20. Some guy wanted this engine. We went back and forth in messaging. I was about to give up because I really don't like spending a lot of time. I answer about 3 questions and that's about it because my time is really valuable. And I don't mean to judge people, but after about 3 questions, a lot of times people are just playing with you and they're not gonna buy the item anyway. But I was casually going back and forth with this guy. We finally agreed with $80, including shipping. I paid nothing for this mower. It took me all of 5 minutes to pull the motor off. So I was happy. I think it was going to Virginia. I think it cost me $18 to ship it. So I made probably $53 on this. I was happy. The guy was happy. He asked me to condition the mower. I started off with, look, I'm upfront and honest. Look at my feedback. I don't mess around. I said, look, the mower starts on the first or second pull. It wasn't my mower. Somebody gave it to me, and it runs really good. No smoke. He was worried about a smoke and a compression. I said, look, I don't know what the compression is. I didn't take the compression on it. I should have, but I didn't. Usually I just say compression is decent, and it was good. And he seemed happy with it, and we'll see when he gets it. How I pack this is a lot of times I just use a 16 by 16 by 14 box, lay it sitting up. I drain all the oil. You got to drain all the fluid out of these things when you ship these engines. All the fluid has to be out. All the oil has to be out. Any kind of gas has to be out. So I drained all that out, tipped it up on the front so I know no oil is going to come out. Put 2 layers of styrofoam that I found in the dumpster. I had a bunch of air pockets that I found in the dumpster around it, packed it really tight around everything, made sure, put some bubble wrap on the top of the head, and shipped it out. Shipped it out last night for this morning. Notice, again, I got measurements of the crankshaft, which is very important when you're selling an engine. People need to know the length of that crankshaft because that's the mower body is you can't put this on a low mower body. You're going to be hitting the ground. I took a picture of the measurement with the crankshaft with the blade adapter on. They call that the blade adapter. Blade adapter off. Picture of the mower tag. Picture of the engine tag, which is on the gas tank in the front of the gas tank. So he has all the information. I was pretty clear on, didn't come with a gas tank or a recoil. Excuse that engine starting up there from a car parked in a parking lot. Motor runs great. Came off a 21-inch Troy built, blah, 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 all this other stuff. Engine is shipped dry, no oil. It takes 30 weight oil. Even I have these little things I put in the item specifics now. Little item notes. Number 1, no recoil, no tank. thought I had something about it comes dry, no oil. Last item here. Again, sorry for the long video. It's just taking me a while to do this today. Just sold this today, shipped it out this afternoon. I drove past the post office anyway, put it in there. Again, a trimmer head. I have no idea what it was off of, but these things are pretty universal. It's a straight shaft trimmer head, just from experience. I know that. Heavy duty. Notice again, I have a picture of the thing that trims the cord, the string. Pretty clear. I really don't. Condition of the string head, I really don't know. String head is. Nope. Where's it at? Did I not take a picture of the string head? There's a picture of the inside of the inside of that inside. I always like to make the buyer know what's in there. Make sure that's not all worn and chewed up, and the bearing looks good in there. And I even take a picture of what's going on. That. I can't find a picture of string head, but this, I'll try and show you. Oh, there it is. It's been a long day. That's the string head. I have no idea the condition of it. It looks good, looks a little beat up, but it doesn't look like it's all beat up, but I'm very clear on that. So that is about it. Thank you so much for watching this week. I really appreciate it. I am Paul Apollonia, top-rated power seller on eBay. I also train people on eBay and other venues, but my main trainings are on eBay. I do one-on-one, small group, classroom, and large group training at your home, office, coffee shop, library, anywhere we can get together as long as there's Wi-Fi, and 2 computers. I also run the Raleigh eBay Meetup Group. We meet second Thursday of the month. We have changed the time. We used to meet 6 to 8. That was my choice, which was a foolish choice to meet at 6, but I don't know why I didn't change it. I've now changed it to 7 to 9, and the members love the new time. I'm sure because traffic is a nightmare around here at 6 o'clock. So I've already gotten messages from people saying how much they like the new time. So that is second Thursday of the month. We're meeting this Thursday over at the Panera, right over there, on Glenwood Avenue, next to the Golden Corral. There's 3 Paneras on Glenwood Avenue, not the one at Crabtree, not the one at Briar Creek, the one across the street from Pleasant Valley Promenade. So check out my other links. I've been on a lot of podcasts lately, and other stuff at the you'll see at the bottom of the comments there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you now. Bye-bye.